Okay, let's try again. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet, but it definitely does not want to play. Okay, I'm definitely live this time. I've got my daughter to come down and check what's going on with it. Let's see if we can. Aha, there we go. We're on. Right, I think it might be if I shut the conservatory door and the kitchen door, I think it cuts the signal to the router. So that might be what it is. I'll have to try leaving the doors open and see if we can actually, thank you Lauren, see if we can actually do it this time. Okay, so sorry to everybody that came in first time round. Technical issues going on. So let's get the chat up. Yay, I'm back, Brian. So I think I've worked it out. I think if I have the doors shut, the signal from router can't get to my phone. The signal's still not great, but we're on. Hi, Leslie. How are you? I'm finishing my coffee and then I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to make a few cards. I just thought I'd come on. Everybody can have a chat in the chat and we can make some cards together. I've got a few bits and bobs out. I've been raiding my stash to see what I'd got and what I wanted to create with. So I've got a few bits and bobs out and we'll see what we're going to create. So it's been a right palaver this time. The first time I did a live, I just switched it on, said, yeah, go live, go live. And that was it. It was fine. It was up and running and I was live for like 2 hours. This time round, it's like it wouldn't stay connected. It's really buffer. I can still see because I've got my tablet off to the left. That's why I keep looking off over to the left. And I can see that it's a little bit grainy and a little bit buffery, which I don't know what to do with because it's obviously not on the screen that I'm filming on. So I did, Brian. That's the type of day I'm having. Hey ho. Right, let's turn the screen down. You don't have to look at me any longer and we will have a play. So just bear with me while I tilt you upside down. Now then, I wonder if it might be better if I better. Right, sorry about that, guys. I need to get smoother at that. Right. Is that a better picture? No, it's still quite grainy. Oh well, it is what it is. Right, I'm going to make some cards anyway. So I have got a load of die cut books that I've had these for ages, absolutely ages. I bought them in the range, or it would have been way back at the beginning of this year, maybe even sometime last year. I can't really remember, to be honest. And there's some of these ones that they're good fun. They've got lots of patterned papers. They're all in a theme. And then they've got some stickers and some die cuts and things. So I've got one that's sort of sea themed. I've got this one which is just sort of a bit sort of vintage and just a fun one, that one. I've got one that's got all just sort of like cards that you can make up. And then I did pick up a couple of vintagey, oceany themed ones out of my stash that I just got in my stash. I just picked a couple of those out as well. So what I want to make is some small cards because I don't know about you guys, but I find that when I want to send Happy Mail, I always like to put a little card in with it. But sometimes, because I've run my Happy Mail really, really full, I'm struggling for space for a card. And when I've got a big sort of, you know, 8x8, 7x7, that sort of thing, it's a little bit on the large side. So I picked up some of these little, much smaller, like notebook card type ones. I picked these up from Pound Shop, and I thought we could have a go at creating some of these. So we will start with, I'm going to start with this seaside themed one because I've got a few seasidey things next to me. So start off by, let's get a backing paper. What have we got? Let's go with this one for starters. So we've got this one, which is waste a lot of paper. You're only going to get you're either going to get sea or you're going to get sky. You're not going to get both. So all I'm going to do is line it up against my card and make some little pencil marks, and then I'm going to give that a quick trim. So what is everybody else up to today? I know Brian's making Memdex cards, which is cool. It's something I want to make some more of, actually. I've only done a couple of them, but I did enjoy them. I like working on that small scale. So quite often I'll make ATC cards as well because I like that scale. So the nice thing with doing these little notebook cards is that from one of your A4 sheets of paper from the book, you'll get 4 bases. So, hi Cindy, how are you? I'm having a nightmare with technology, so you know, it was all going so well last time. Right then, I don't think I want quite so much of the dark on this one, so let's mark these ones up. So again, all I'm going to do is, because I'm lazy, fundamentally, I'm going to just put a little mark there and a little mark there. So I'm opposed to measuring wherever possible. I try not to do it. I'll just make little marks with a pencil, and that's close enough. It's close enough. One of my bosses at work will say it's close enough for government work. And I think, yeah, it's a good saying. I like it. Right. I've got my glue gun on. I have got my glue gun on. I'm slightly organised at least. I've been into town this morning. I had to go and run a few errands and that sort of thing. But actually, it was remarkably busy. So you can see that out of that A4 sheet, I've managed to get 4 bases, and that's all the waste that you get. So for this size of card, they're really, really useful. They're really good sort of size papers. So now that I've got some bases, I want to find some images. So I'm really liking the umbrella. So I'm going to get that one out, if I can get it out. Oh, it's from these skinny little ones. It is. You always think I'm going to rip them, and I like the flip-flops as well, actually. I think that's really cute. So I'm going to get those. What else have we got? So these are all stickers, which are quite cute. And we've got lots of patterned papers. I think I'm going to take that one out because I can see that I'm going to use that one. Oh, look, yes. This is what I want. So we've got that gorgeous little striped bag. And the sunglasses. Loving it. What else have we got? I think that might do for the first one. Yes. Yep. Right. So I'm going to take one of the cards. I think I'll probably go with one of these ones. Like that. Then, where did I just put that seasidey one? So I'm going to make a little mark and I'm going to cut a strip. That's going to be the same size as the bases that I've put on, like so. My chat's not staying up for some reason. Yeah, I was having real problems with it. So the paper collection for this one is one of the Luxe paper blocks. So it is this one, which is, it's by Decotone, and they were in the range, I think they were around the summertime or springtime that these ones were in. They've got the Christmas ones out. So if you watched last week, I was making some using one of the Christmas ones. Look, reaching on my table behind me. So they've got these ones out at the moment, which are all Christmas themed. They've got 4 Christmas themed ones. I've used one already. Hey, Alicia! How are you? So I really like these Decotime Luxe paper blocks because you get everything that you need really to make a little card. You know, you could use nothing but what comes in the kit and you could still make a really lovely card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little sandbank just over the bottom there. So I'm just going to, I could go and get a die, but as I said earlier, I am terminally lazy, so that's not going to happen. That'll do. And then I'm just going to snip a piece off. Ah, I tell you, let's hope it comes back. I really don't know what's wrong with my internet. It's just not streaming properly. I'm watching on my tablet off to the side of me and it is really grainy and that's a good idea, Alicia. It's your last one today as well. Yay! I'm so excited for you. Get some normality back. I know how important that is. It's hard being chronically unwell and having to try not to let it take over your life, but at the same time, when you're in a spiral of having to go to the doctors, it can be really hard. Oh, thank goodness for that, Leisha. Hi, Carol. I'm making cards. I am just making cards. That's all I'm here for today. I just wanted to come on and say hello to everybody and give everybody a bit of a forum in which they can meet up with friends and chat and say hello. I can make some cards. Hi, Dawn. How are you? We're having technical difficulties, I'm afraid. It's I keep spinning. Yeah, this paper is amazing, Cynthia. I've bought every single kit that has come out that these Luxe paper blocks that they've done since I found them. So every time I go to the range, I have to go and have a look and see if they've got one. So I'm just inking around the edges because I do like a bit of ink around everything. I'm not too bad, Dawn. Yeah, been busy as what per usual. It's been a busy few days. I was just saying I had to go to town this morning and I was expecting it to be all quiet and you know, like it was during the first lockdown, and it was a normal Monday in town. It was rammed. I was quite surprised really, and I sort of nipped to Tesco's. There's like a Tesco's in the town, and I wanted to get a couple of bits for tea, and I thought I'd got to nip into Boys for something, and when I went up there, it was absolutely jam-packed, and I was like walking around expecting all the shops to be shut, and the vast majority of the shops were open for click and collect, but it just meant that people were, you know, ordering things and going down and picking them up and just going around from shop to shop to shop picking things up. And I just thought, I don't really think that's loads different to just having the shops open, to be honest. So I don't know, it was all a bit bonkers, to be honest. So I'm just putting a bit of tape on the back of here, and then I'm going to take the release paper off, and then I'll be able to stick it down. No, I don't get the click and collect thing, really. I think you might as well just keep it open. Oh, that's awful. No craft shopping for 6 months. I've got to say, I was better during lockdown because obviously I couldn't spend every 5 minutes in the range and the works, which is what I normally do in Hobbycraft. But I did just sort of find myself ordering online a bit more. And actually, I've got a haul video that I'm going to put up probably tomorrow. And there's quite a few bits on there that I've either ordered from Amazon or eBay or whatever. So unfortunately for my bank account, being on lockdown doesn't stop me from spending on craft. Although it has been hard because I've got my husband gave me birthday money. He didn't know what to get me this year, so he just gave me some birthday money. And my parents were the same. They gave me a bit of money for my birthday. So I want to go out and spend it, obviously, like you do. But it's not your Wi-Fi, Alicia, it's mine, and I don't know what to do about it. I've tried coming off the stream and restarting it. It was absolutely fine last week when I did it. It was it streamed beautifully. This week, for some reason, it seems my daughter will come off of whatever she's watching for a minute and see if that makes a difference. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Could you just stop from your Netflix for a minute and see if that's what's causing it? It's just buffering constantly. Thank you. Right, we'll see if that's any better. I've asked, my daughter was watching Netflix, so I've asked her to stop for a bit and see if that that makes it any better. Doesn't look like it has made it any better whatsoever. I need to contact my provider, I think. No, I know what you mean, Cynthia. I do like to go and touch things and feel things, and sometimes you look at something online and it looks really, really amazing, particularly with things like ephemera. And like I've looked at a lot of the Tim Holtz stuff online. I thought, oh yeah, I really need that. And then I'll see it in the craft shop and think, oh, actually, I'm not as bothered as I thought I was. So it is much nicer to craft shop in person. I like sort of just browsing as well. I like to have a look through, and often, you know, when you're actually in the craft shop, they've often got like little samples and things to give you some ideas, and I really like that. So it's not as much fun, but I do like getting things through the post. I'm not gonna lie, it is fun when the postie drops something through the letterbox. I think he'd be out of a job if I stopped ordering stuff online. He's always delivering bits and pieces to my house. So I'm just using a bit of old packaging on the back here because I just want to raise my sand layer up a little bit. So the reason that I'm using the tape and the glue is that the tape will give it the quick stick, so it's stuck pretty much as soon as I put it down. But the glue gives it a bit of longevity, because I find that tape just doesn't it doesn't last long. Okay. Right, I don't know whether to go off and reset my router and try again. What do you guys think? Third time's a charm. Because I'm looking at it on my tablet and thinking it's not looking particularly watchable, if I'm honest. video. Then we've got the umbrella, which I think is super cute. But again, I want a little bit of... Is it not too bad at your end? Hello, how are you? Yeah, I pay a fortune for this internet because we have like the supposedly super fast Wi-Fi, like the super fast fibre optic broadband, whatever it is, because Steve and the girls like to game. So I pay extra to have this internet, and I think it's rubbish. Somebody was saying to me the other day that I need to change, I need to move to BT. Because apparently they're much better. I think I might have to try it because it's no good when you want to get on and live stream. I'm on EE. I never used to have any problems with EE. We've got all our phone contracts and that with them as well, and I never had any problems. But it's just been terrible just lately. Oh, you've all had trouble with BT. I think it doesn't matter who you're with, does it? They all, as soon as they've got your money, as soon as they've got you contracted in, they're not bothered anymore. We've had loads of problems. I mean, we've lived in this house for, gosh, I don't know, 16 years, something like that. And we've had problems with the phone line and whatnot since the whole time we've lived here. And I've had various, we've been with various companies. And we've really just struggled to get any of them in front of the house. And he was of the impression that that's the reason none of the phone companies seem to want to help us with it. He said it'll be because it's going to be really quite expensive for them to sort it out, because they'd have to dig the road up and stuff in order to sort it out. But it is getting to the point where I think it's not, it's not on when you're paying all that extra, and I pay extra because, like I said, Steve and the kids like to game. I'd like to be able to live stream without it being an issue. But I don't know, it's annoying me. So I think I'm going to put my brolly like that. Super cute. Let's put a bit of hot glue on the back of that one. I'm using every single glue I've got in the craft room. Why not? So put that like that, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue. You see, I won't go to Talk because we were with them quite a lot of years ago now. But I was a student, and my husband is a policeman. I was a nursing student, so I was on the ward, so couldn't be. We were having all sorts of issues, and they were sending an open reach engineer out, and they told us that they'd be there on the Tuesday or whatever. So I rearranged all my shifts and made sure I was home all day on the Tuesday for this engineer to come and tell us what the problem was, and he never came. So I phoned up and said, nobody came. And they were very apologetic. Oh, somebody's going to be there tomorrow. So I basically ended up not going to uni all blinking week, waiting in all week because this engineer was coming, they were coming, and they didn't come. And then they turned up the following Monday, by which time I'd given up hope that they were going to come. So I'd gone, and my husband got called because he had to go and give evidence in a Crown Court case. So he got called off in a hurry. Sorry, I'm just going around the back of my desk to get some sand. Just as the engineer actually turned up, and they charged us £100 because my husband couldn't stay and let the engineer into the house and whatnot, because obviously he had to go. He'd been called to Crown Court, and they charged us £100. And even when I wrote, they just said no, that it was our fault for not being there, even though they were nearly a week late by the time they actually arrived. So consequently, obviously, I will now not have anything to do with Talk. So I'm going to put some actual sand around the base of this umbrella because I think it'll look cute. So I'm just looking for a spatula in my tub full of stuff. That one will do. want my chat stream to stay up and it's not. Yeah. No, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? And I think it doesn't matter who you're with. Like I say, it, ultimately Openreach does all of the lines and everything. But TalkTalk they were really rude about it, and they wouldn't even discuss it. And I was sort of saying, but what did you actually want us to do? And at the end of the day, like I say, it's not even like it was, really our fault. The engineer was nearly a week late. So I'm just gonna. So get one of the other cards. That's handy. And then I've got a little tub of sand. So I'm going to just sprinkle that on. So what I've just put on there is gel, heavy structure gel. It's the Galleria one by Winsor & Newton. I really like that. If you're wanting a bit of body to stay. So the only thing I'm not liking is I've got a little peaky bit there, which I don't want. So get rid of that. Just find a wipe. There we go. Does anybody know how to keep the comments up on my screen? I tried not to pay. That's the thing. They just took it because we paid by direct debit. They just took the money out of our account without our say so. They took it from the same direct debit that they took our monthly payment direct debit from. And when we tried to get it, when we tried to get them to pay it back, they just wouldn't, because I didn't think I owed it to them, quite frankly. I thought they were thieves, so I refused point blank to pay it. I said they could take me to court if they wanted to. I was reasonably convinced that the courts would be on my side. And they tried for ages to get the money, and then in the end, because I just kept writing to them every single time they'd write and ask me for the money, I kept writing back to them explaining why I wasn't paying it. And in the end, I got a letter saying that they'd concede, and that it wasn't worth their time and money to take me to court. And that's it. It was an unauthorised payment, and that's why I was reasonably convinced that even if they did want to, try their luck and take me to court, I was reasonably convinced they wouldn't get anywhere with it. So I decided just to not pay it, and it did work out because I didn't end up paying it. But the issue was I didn't have the money for them to take when they took it. I was a student. We were struggling because I was a mature student, so we'd got the kids, and the kids were young, so we were struggling as it was financially at that time. And for them to then just take £100 out of my bank account that I wasn't expecting without asking, and it was months later as well, so it's not even like I sort of knew it was going to come, and so we were prepped for it or anything. They just took it, and they said it was in the small print that they could take extra money. So I'm just snipping off all the little nubby bits where this has come out the pad. Sometimes they bother me, sometimes they don't. I think it depends on how big they are. Right, I think I just want to get a little bit of, just a bit of ink around the edge of that one. So this is just brush corduroy, which is what I've used around the sand. It's just to get rid of that white edge. And then I'm going to pop that one there. Like that. Oh, so cute. Right, and then we've got the flip-flops and the sunglasses. So we could put the flip-flops like that and the sunglasses there, or vice versa. Oh yeah, I like them like that. So again, I'm just going to snip the edges, not the edges, the little bits that attach it into the pad off on the glasses as well. I might as well just take them off of that one while I've got it in my hand. That'll do. Right, so thank you. It drives me bonkers because I do, I try to make sure that I pay everything by direct debit just because it's easier, because I've got the memory retention span of a goldfish. So it's easier for me to just pay everything by direct debit. But you know, it annoys me when they then take advantage of that. But some of them will charge, like your car insurance and that, they charge you to pay by direct debit, which I don't think they should be allowed to do that, to be honest. Small print, no, I mean, let's be honest, who actually has got time to read blinking small print? It drives me bonkers. Right, I just haven't got the time to do it any other way, to be honest. Otherwise I probably wouldn't. I probably would avoid the whole direct debit thing. So I'm just going to pop the heel of this flip-flop up so that it'll sit flush with the sand layer, but obviously like so, like that. And then we'll pop this one like that. I'm going to pop that flat, so I don't want too much dimension on this, because they are to go out in Happy Mail. And then I'm going to pop those on, so I want a little bit of red. Hey Sue, how are you? How are you doing? I watched your video. It made me cry. There's been too much sadness in our community over the last week. How are you doing, Sue? And I'm going to pop those there like that. So it's the wrong time of year really to be making beach and seaside themed cards, but I think they're always cute to receive something summery. And there we go. And the nice thing about the structure gel is that it dries completely clear. So you won't see this. There's a bit of a milkiness behind the sand at the moment, but you won't see that once the structure gel's dry. All you'll actually see is the sand. So I have got somewhere. So I have been, move my camera slightly. I've been having a play with my Go Press and Foil, and I've been foiling a few sentiments. There's a little bit of over foiling. I need to have a bit of a play with it, but I literally chucked it on dead quick just before I started the live. So it's not perfect, but it will do. I'm just going to grab the die that goes with it. I just thought there's a really lovely sentiment on here that says hello sunshine, and I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. Perfect. 2020 sucks. It really does. Yeah, you really have had the week from hell, and I know it's been really hard for you, Sue, because you haven't even been able to go. You're stuck not being able to be with them at the time when you most want to be with them. But there was no choice. But that doesn't make it any easier for you. So I've got my little baby blue out, and I'm going to pop this die. Right, where's me tape? My tape. I'll be glad when 2020 is over. I just keep thinking, surely next year's got to be better, because this one has just been shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, the whole lockdown stuff doesn't normally get to me, doesn't normally bother me, because I'm quite solitary, and I've got lots of hobbies and lots of things that I like doing at home, so it doesn't normally bother me too much. But even I've been sort of just fed up of not being able to just do what I want to do. Ooh. Put the right pad on it as well. Where is it? There. Trying to put it through with 2 Bs. It's never going to work. It's really hard, isn't it? It's that you want to be there for all these, there's lots and lots of people that are, there's all sorts of life events and things that are happening that people are having to miss out on, because you know, we can't, you know, we're not allowed to be there legally. You're not allowed to be there, or, you know, just it's not safe for people to, you know, people like Sue and Alicia, where, you know, you as much as you want to be with people and you want to be there to support people, you've also got to think about yourself and your own health, and you know, your loved ones that would be devastated if anything happened to you. And I think it is really, really hard. I am hopeful for this vaccine, to be fair. I'm nervous about it, because it's, you know, it has been done quick and all the rest of it, but at the same time, I know that a lot of that is because a lot of the research was already done. We're getting ready at work to sort of, you know, start thinking about how we're going to do clinics and things to be able to provide it. So to provide the virus. I don't want to provide that. Provide the vaccine. So I'm just going around the edge of this with a little bit of scattered straw, so it looks a little bit like sunshine, because it says hello sunshine. And then that's going to go down the bottom there, like that. I'm sort of wishing I hadn't. Oh, catching me glue. Should put that down last, really, shouldn't I? Just going to trim this down a little bit. I don't like how much of the flip-flop it's covering up. There we go. That's better. Ah, that's better. I like that. Like it. Right, so let's find a little bit of something to pop it up on. I refreshed my drawer full of card pieces, so that I've got a bit of this, so it's not quite as dimensional, so I don't want it to be super popped. There we go. There we go. Put a bit of hot glue on, because that'll be quick. Try and do it without burning my fingers. That'd be awesome. Look, I'm sticking my fingers in that gel medium like you wouldn't believe. I keep forgetting it's there because it's blending into the background. I don't know. It's okay. There we go. Right, then I've also got somewhere on my desk, I've got some little tiny shells. So yeah, I'm nervous about it. I haven't made my mind up one way or the other yet, to be honest. I know it does seem very rushed, but I also know that a lot of the preliminary work on this was actually what they'd done for SARS and MERS. So a lot of the work that, you know, takes a lot of the time right at the beginning there had actually already been done. Because it's a very similar virus. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like yourself, I am nervous, and I think a lot of people are, and I don't think it's going to be quite as simple as the government think it's going to be, because I think it's not just going to be a case of providing the vaccine. I think we've got to, you know, people have got to feel that it's the right thing to do to have the vaccine. So I could just stick this into the gel medium, really, but and that's the thing, isn't it? It's that if we don't have the vaccine, we're like this until it's sorted, or we just get to a point where we start accepting that, you know, people are going to die, which I don't really want to get to that point either, to be honest. But at the same time, you know, like I say, even I'm fed up of living like this now, and it doesn't normally bother me. I know, and that's the thing. It's things like the thalidomide disaster and that, isn't it? You know, they tell you at the time that it's all fine, it's all brilliant, take it, and then later on it's like, oh, actually we didn't realise that it does X, Y, and Z. And it's that long-term view. I just don't. Part of me thinks, how the heck can they possibly know? No, but at the same time, I just want life to be normal. I want to see my grandma and see seen my mum. I haven't seen my mum for nearly a year now, and I miss her. So I'm going to pop a couple of little gems on because it's me and I love gems. I'm not actually sure I like those ones. Oh, what about one of those? I actually don't know if it wants any gems. What do you think? Do you think it needs gems? Should I find different gems? I've got the little shells on down the bottom there. Got some clear gems. Oh, what are those? Oh, look what I've got. Look what I've got. They'll be quite cute, won't they? No, I don't think there was. I think it was, you know, enough people got it in the end that you got that herd immunity. I suppose the thing that they don't know yet is that they're not actually sure if we get long-term immunity to COVID. So we might get some immunity. You might find that a few months later you're back to square one and your immunity's gone. So I suppose until they know the answer to that, they don't know what the likelihood is that they, you know, any vaccine or natural herd immunity is actually gonna work, or whether this is going to be like the flu, that there'll be, you know, there'll be some vaccination to it that you know, no vaccine is ever 100%. There are always some people for whom the vaccine doesn't work. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't provide the protection. So it may be like the flu where, you know, people will get, certain people will get a vaccine for it every year. But at the same time, you know, there will always be a certain amount of, you know, death from it because it's not curable, as it were. But then I suppose it could be like the Spanish flu and disappear altogether, which would be nice. If it could disappear altogether next week, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so I think I'm going to call that one that. I'll probably find a little stamp in my stash at some point and put something in the centre there. Or one. Yeah, I was the same. I'm not. If herd immunity is not going to work, then yeah, how will the vaccine work? And I suppose it's, yeah, not sure. Not sure. We'll see. We'll see what they say when we get a bit more information. Okay, so we'll have a look at this one of these backgrounds this time. So this is the top of the same paper. So this time we've got all that lovely sky, and you've got a little bit of the sea there, but you don't actually get a lot of it on this sheet. So I'm just going to get some ink and I'm going to go around the edge before I stick it down, because I always do. Right, there we go. Thanks, Carol. There we go. There we are. Yes, I thought some sunshine. I don't know, I was looking through my stash and I thought I could do some more Christmas cards, but I wasn't really feeling the whole Christmas card thing at the moment, so I've done a few. That'll do for now. I'll do some more next weekend. I've spent most of this weekend. I spent all day Saturday. I think I was out there for about 10 hours cutting out face masks. Put my teeth back in. Face mask cloth. I've done a load of Christmas ones, and I did some for Brian, which I've posted, and for my niece and my nephew. So I was out there all day Saturday doing that. And then I don't know what else I've done. I've done loads. I know I've been busy. I've been busy the whole time. I had to do food shopping and all that sort of stuff on Sunday, so I didn't get an awful lot. I did my my little metal stamping tag for BB Crafts. That was quite fun. I'm going to have another go. I'm going to make, because I crochet, I want to make a stitch marker necklace, so that I've always got my stitch markers with me. And I've had an idea for using my metal stamps, the metal punching stamps for some of them. So I'm going to have a go at that sometime as well. So I managed to get that one done. Don't know, I've just been super busy. doing all sorts, but at the same time it's... Oh, I don't know what happened there. We're back. Tell you, my internet is shocking. Yeah, I was saying I made a, I don't know where I stopped waffling, to be honest. I don't know what you've heard and what you haven't heard, because I was too busy looking at paper tape. I made a pillowcase yesterday I bought one of those long body pillows, because my hips are absolutely killing me, and I can't sleep. So I bought one of those long body pillows to try and sort of like prop my knee up, but it didn't come with a cover. So I made one of those yesterday. So I've been super productive, but I haven't got all the things that I wanted to get done sorted, which annoyed me a bit. But you know. Oh, I like that one. So I'm just flicking through and finding images. See you, Cynthia. Take care. Have a good day. Ooh. So I'm going to get this one out. It's like a little lighthouse up on oh yeah, I like that. That's cute. I like that one. And then oh, I've got that lighthouse as well. Oh, I don't know. I've got about 3 lighthouses, and now I'm really stuck because I love lighthouses. I want all of them. All the lighthouses. What else could we do? If I put that one like that, you want something in the background there, doesn't it? Oh, I know what we could do. I know what we could do. Where's my? I'm going to stamp a little bit in the background just to make it look a bit more, so it's got a bit of interest in the background. So all I'm going to do is that same ink that I've used to go around the edge, I've just got a scripty stamp, and I'm not going to bother putting it on a block because I don't want it to be too perfect, and I'm going to use distress ink because you very rarely get a perfect stamp, you know, perfect image with distress ink. So I'm just going to dab it about here and there. I'm going to get a scrap piece to put underneath. I love it. And that'll, as that dries, that'll sort of soak into the background a little bit. And it just takes some of that starkness out of the background, puts a little bit of interest into the background, but at the same time it doesn't take away from the focal image too much. So I'm wondering whether to put a sandbank underneath that, or whether to have it so that it's like, because it looks like it's on a platform. Let's put some card underneath it and we'll have a look what it looks like then. My internet is just horrendous. I need to get it sorted out. I do understand if everybody wants to depart. The internet is shocking. Just had a mess thing pop up and I can't see it. I need to do a little bit more research on this live thing, because last time it was brilliant. It just the chat stayed up on my tablet, so I could see the chat the whole time. So all I've done to cut this piece of card out, I've flipped my image over the other way, and then I've just sort of roughly drawn around it, and then as long as I sort of stay more or less stay inside the line, I will get a piece of cardstock that will pop up my image, but it's not going to show from behind. There we go. So let's try popping him up and see if he looks better popped up. Yeah, I like that. So if he sits like that, right, I know what we're going to do. First things first, we're going to stick this down. use some white glue because it's quite a fiddly shape. I'm going to use white glue because that gives me a little bit of time to move it into the right position. I'm just going to get that wet foam. So I'm gonna have a go at making something that looks a bit like sea foam. I don't know whether it'll work, but we can have a play. Hi, Judy. Hi, Sandra. How are you? I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day because I get to play. I always try and have a bit of a play on a Tuesday because I'm back at work on a Wednesday, and I don't have the energy. Once I've done my day at work, I don't have the energy to craft sort of Wednesday through Friday. So I always try to make the most out of my Tuesdays. Right, so I've got here, this is a whole tub of microbeads, it's like nail caviar. I got mine from BB Crafts. You get an absolute ton, as you can see. This is a whole, I'm going to tip it on the side then, that would have been good, wouldn't it? A whole big jam jar full of microbeads. So I've taken some of that heavy structure gel and I'm going to put in that some of these microbeads. Because like I say, the structure gel, when it dries, it will dry completely clear. Then I've got some glimmer dust, which is a really, really super fine glitter. So I'm going to pop some of that in. And then, where is? I want put some diamond dust in as well. So this is the glass glitter, the chunkier glass glitter. So I'm going to pop some of that in. Okay. And then I'm going to just mix that all into that structure gel. And at the moment, it's just going to look like a white, gacky mess. But hopefully, when it dries, it should look quite cool because the gel will dry clear, so you won't see the gel. You'll just see all the beads and the glitter and everything that's suspended in the gel. So I'm going to stick my lighthouse down. I'm going to stick it like about there, I think. I might knock some of that right. Reasonably certain that it's going to look cool when it's done. So I'm just going to put some all on the bottom here. And hopefully what's going to happen is when that dries, it'll look like sea foam. Okay. I say it doesn't look very much at the moment because it just looks white and a bit globby, but hopefully when that dries, that should look quite cool. And then if I take the glimmer dust again, and just take another card. And just sprinkle a little bit of that just on the top there. Ah, that's so cute. So that should, when it dries, that should dry looking like sea foam. Okay, now the writing is a little bit too vibrant and in your face, so I'm just going to try and knock that back a little bit. Now it might smear a little bit because it's a water-based ink. Ooh, that one doesn't sound very healthy. Let's try it on. One of my gessos has gone a bit chunky. Sounds a bit like gone off milk. I'll have to throw that one away. So I'm just going to take a brush like so, and put just a little bit of gesso. Ooh, try not to get gesso everywhere. Too late. I just get it all over my desk. Right, I need a scrap of something. In fact, I'll just use this. Just to take, I want to take most of it back off again. Of that writing. I don't want it to disappear, obviously. You know, I like the writing, that's why I put it on. But it's just a little bit too vibrant. And it's taking centre stage a bit too much, so just going to knock that back just a touch, like that. Beautiful. I like that. Cute. Okay, so then let's go back to our book and see what else we can find to put on this. There we go. Getting messy. Crafting's my favourite when I'm messy. Getting paint everywhere and covered in structure gel and inky hands. That's how you know you've had a good time crafting. Okay. Yeah, it just gives it that impression of clouds. I quite like it. And I think once I put something, you know, bits over the top of it, it sort of just, it adds something to the background, but at the same time I don't want it to take over the background. So I'm just having a look in the book that I've got. There's some birds in the background there, would be cute. However, I can't see an image of birds. Well, they've got some, but they're big giant birds and I don't really want giant birds that are bigger than the lighthouse. That might look a bit scary. So I'm going to draw them. Stand by your beds. I'm going to try and draw something. I can't draw for love nor money, just so everybody knows before we attempt this. When I say I'm going to draw some birds, not, you know, we're not going to get anything particularly amazing and lifelike. I am just going to do some of these in the background. See, I can't even draw a V. It's not good. There we go. Birds. I can draw after all. Who knew? Yeah, all right. No laughing. That's the extent of the box. Let's see what we've got in there. I keep meaning to have a day of die cutting and hot foiling sentiments so that I've got some ready to go, and it's one of those things that I always mean to do it and never quite get round to it because I'm always busy. Something with some silver might be quite nice. Where are they? I know you're in here. Come on, come on. Got a box full of, it's my thing. This is my box full of sentiment pieces. So finding anything in here is, oh look, that one's a shine bright. That might be a cute one. Get that one out. That might come in handy. I know I've got some Tim Holtzy ones in here somewhere. There's just some gold ones, but I wanted the silver ones, but I can't find them. I can't find anything. Oh, I've got Shine Bright in silver and one in black and one in gold. Well, apparently I have done some hot foiling at some point with some of my hot foil dies, which is cool. You know what it's like when you get your mind set on something and you're like, yes, that's all very well and good, but I want this one. I know that I've got that one and I want that one. Yeah, that's me right now, scrabbling through a box full of things that's got 300 different items in it, looking for one particular sheet of paper, because I'm crackers. I'll I've got like 50 different ones out. It's not the one I want. Oh, I'm going to give up. Give up, give up, give up, give up. Okay. I'm not going to find it. I'm not going to find it in there. Right, so I've got 2 lots of these ones, or I've got a Shine Bright in the other ones. Let's see. So that one's nice. It's silver. So it says Shine Bright in silver. And then I did have one that I pulled off the hot foil machine just before I came live, that I'd done in blue. It's for someone special. That might be quite cute, mightn't it? Let's go for someone special. So what did I do with the die? Okay, now it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I can't find anything on my desk. And I keep sticking my fingers in sticky stuff. Never a good thing. Oh, you're off to the gym. Ooh, you're better than me. I wish I could, but it hurts too much because I'm old and I've got fibro, and I just can't make myself do it. I know that I probably would feel better if I made myself do it, but the thought of doing it and the thought of knowing how I'm going to feel afterwards just puts me off. That might be quite nice when you're in my thoughts. Let's go for that. So I'm just going to stick the die where I want it. Now obviously normally I would just run that straight through the die cutting machine, but because I'm doing it on my baby blue, I've got to cut it down small enough to go through on the baby blue plates that I've put down and I can't find. There's too much stuff. Too much stuff going on. Yes, my husband came in earlier actually, and he started trying to answer my my conversation, and you'd think he would know because obviously, you know, I'm quite often filming and stuff, and I actually did put a big piece of paper that says live up on the door so that he could see it, but he could still see that he was completely and utterly confused as to what I was doing and who I was talking to. I think because I was answering questions. That's my daughter. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I think I need to start walking a bit more. I keep saying to my daughters that we need to go walking a little bit. Oh, actually, that looks really quite cute. My daughter's rude, telling me I'm a loony. She won't be saying that later when she wants me to cook her tea, will she? Cheeky. Okay, so let's ink around the edge of this one. I'm quite liking the blue on this one. I've got loads of the hot foils, and I've got quite a lot of hot foil stamps in that. It's one of those things I always forget to sort of get out. I do need to go through and do just a ton of hot foiled sentiments in all different colours. Yeah, you know, I think if I could find somebody to walk with, I'd be more inclined to do it. Although I have got Audible now. And I quite enjoy listening to audiobooks, so I might enjoy just sort of walking and listening to my audiobook. I'll have to give it a go. I know I need to. I like that. Again, I'm going to pop it, but I'm only going to put it up a little bit. I'm not going to put loads on it. Yeah, see, I'm not a big music lover, to be honest, but I do love audiobooks. I quite often listen to audiobooks while I'm crafting. It's one of the things that I've missed the most. Since I've started my own YouTube channel, I've realised that I don't get to watch YouTube as much as I used to, and I don't listen to audiobooks and things as much as I used to, because that's what I used to do whilst I was crafting. But obviously, you can't really be watching somebody else's YouTube channel and filming a YouTube video at the same time. So I don't get to watch as much as I used to, which is a bit of a shame. But I do enjoy making videos, and I really enjoy the lives because I like the interaction. If I could just get the technology to work better, it would be even better. But I like it because I think the lives are cool for everybody, because people get the opportunity to, you know, to come in and to chat with you, but they also get to come in and chat with, you know, other people in the chat boxes and things, which I think is nice. So I'm going to put a few more of my birds on, but I'm going to do them in my slightly thinner pen. Make it look like they're all going off in that direction. Okay, and then let's get the sequins. Let's put some sequins on, why not? Why not, why not, why not? Well, you can't see what I'm doing. Be nice if you could see, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I'm rubbish at doing the editing because it's I can do the editing. I use DaVinci Resolve, and it did take a little bit of getting used to, I'm not going to lie. It's just time consuming. You know, it's all I can do to record a video and, you know, put it up live. That you know, some days that's as much as I sort of can manage. To then be thinking about having to go and take it into your editing software and actually, you know, do all the editing, it's just too much. I just don't have that sort of time in my life, unfortunately. I wish I did. I was saying to my daughter the other day, you know, I'd love to be able to do this full time, and it will come, won't it? One day I will be retired and I'll be able to craft to my heart's content. So these are little tiny shell sequins that I got from, I think I got these from Alina Cuttle on YouTube, AliExpress. Let's get some tweezers. So all I'm going to do is just push these down into that gel, structure gel. They won't need any additional glue. There we go. Get it up the right way. Now I've got to learn from last week. Last week I stacked them all on top of each other once I'd done. Oh yeah, done that one, next. And then the glitter glue and everything stuck to the back of the cards. And I was like, so frustrated. There we go. Love it. Super cute. That'll do. That's quite a simple one. But sometimes less is more. I've got a tendency to go a bit OTT and I cover cards in all sorts. But sometimes it's nice to have things that are reasonably flat. So we've got that one and we've got that one. Really cute. Yeah, free's my favourite price. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's really good. I did loads of research before I uploaded it because it does take quite a lot of space on your computer. You've got to have a reasonably good, that's the only downside with it, PC for it. And it's brilliant when it works. But it's that sort of, it doesn't always work. Right, I think I'm going to go on to, they're cute. I've got another book out. I'm bored of that one now because that's the way I go. So I'm gonna do something a bit different. So I've got this one as well. Yeah, I'd like a new laptop really, so that I'd be more inclined to do it, I think, if I had a laptop and I could sit in my own space and do it. But because I have to sit at the computer, I can't be bothered. So I've got this book as well, which again came from the range back in the summer, and this one's got all sort of funky images and things in it. So I'm going to go for one of these this time, and I'm going to go for, oh, what am I going to go for? I'm going to go for, shall we get some of that out? Let's get some of that out. Yeah, it's one of those things you do. It's like with the, yeah, can you make me a coffee? Naughty daughter's just come downstairs, so I've asked her for a coffee. Oh, if she's going to be naughty, she's got to pay the price. Let's make her mummy a cup of coffee. Oh, how the heck did you set it on fire? Did you actually read it? I've got to try and get my chat back up now to read that. I kind of might have possibly set, wow. Yeah, I think I'd supervise you too if you set fire to my laptop. I think I'd cry, actually. I did have a really lovely one when I was at uni, but obviously they get old, don't they? And they stop working. And mine did exactly that. So, yeah, I ain't got one now. But I keep thinking about camera as well, because I film on my phone. And I know that the quality's not as great as it could be because I film on a phone. If I filmed on a proper camera, it would be better. But again, it's one of those things that you sort of think, oh, it's an expense I don't really need. Wow. That's not good. That's never good. You never want to see smoke coming out of a piece of an electrical kit. I think, you know there's problems. Oh, they're a little bit small. Never mind. Won't cut that very well, are they? Right, let's just take a little strip off of the side. Because I'm not paying attention. That's a bit better. That'll do. Right, I'm just going to move that one because I'm going to stick something in the bubbles otherwise. There we go. So, what should we do with this one? Yeah, supervision. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, it can take a really long time. If you've done quite a long video, it can take, you know, even on, and ours is a reasonably fast computer, but it can still take hours to actually do the download. You know, by the time you've uploaded it to the computer, you've done the software, you render it, and then you upload it back again. It takes blinking forever. I just haven't got the patience for it. I ain't got the patience for much at the moment. I'm menopausal and slightly crazy with it. So I'm just having a quick click through the book to see what other elements I want to use. So I've just taken this little tag thing out. I thought that might be quite fun. And then I've got, I don't actually know what I'm doing with this. I'm just pulling bits out of the book. So I'll take the middle bits out of that in a second. Right, who are we going to put on? I like this little guy actually. I wonder if you'll fit in there. So take this piece out. Yeah, so I just record and upload straight from my phone most of the time to YouTube, which is why I can't be bothered to do all the editing, which I know is not great because it means that my videos aren't the best quality, but hey ho. Oh, I quite like my little zebra. And does it want anything else, or is that quite busy enough, young lady? Quite busy. I do like busy things. Busy, busy, busy. Go with that for now. I wish I was. It's driving me mad. I don't sleep at night. I'm constantly too blinking hot. I'm miserable most of the time. So it's fun. It's great. And I tried to get HRT, but apparently there's a worldwide shortage, and there has been for 2 years. Which I was like, oh, so there really a 2-year shortage. I deliberately, when I bought my phone this time, I bought one with a much bigger storage, bigger memory on it for that very reason. And I've got one that I can put memory cards in, and it takes quite a large memory card. And I've got it set so that all my recording goes directly to my memory card rather than to the actual device. So my old phone, I would have literally, I could record about 30 minutes, and if I'd got anything else on the camera, that was it. You'd shot it. So I was constantly having to take things off and put things on, and so Oh, you're all making me sick. Just that's enough. It's not fair. I would give anything for it to be over and done with. It started just before I turned 40. I've just turned 43 and I'm still struggling with it daily. I'm just I might chuck myself off of the nearest tall building, I think, because it is starting to drive me mental. Because it really makes my fibro worse. Because, you know, my fibro makes me not sleep very well and foggy brained and all that sort of fun stuff. This just makes it a billion times worse. So I've got some cracked pistachio out because I thought it's sort of quite nice with that minty pale sort of green in the background. And again, I'm just going to go around the edge. It just provides other than sort of drifting off. There we go. Then I want something to go around my little zebra guy. A cute little zebra guy. He's too cute. What time is it actually? I've got school, it's parents' evening tonight, which obviously we can't have. So they've decided they're just going to ring, we're going to get a phone call from some teachers. I really do need to know what I've done with this chat. It keeps fading out and coming back in again. Yeah, my mum, to be fair, I should have known that it wasn't going to be easy because my mum was very, very young when she went through the menopause. She was in her late 30s, and she's still, you know, she's well into her 60s now, and she still has hot flushes every single day. So I should have known that it wasn't going to be easy. It wasn't going to be plain sailing. But it just gets you down. It's just the continual. I think if I could sleep, I would feel so much better. But I'm regularly at the moment only getting about 4 hours a night. So I don't know. No mind. Onwards and upwards, as they say. So I'm just going around the edges of this one. I like to ink everything, in case you hadn't noticed. That one was dried marigold. Right, so I've got my cute little taggy bit. Right, let's stick the bottom down first. First things first. Let's do it in order. Thank you, Lauren.
No worries.
Cup of coffee. Everyone likes a cup of coffee. Yeah, so I'm really limited as to what I can take because of what I take from fibro. I'm sort of limited on what else I can take. And I've tried some like stuff to help sleep, but the problem is I wake up all the time. I think it might be me. So I think my internet has been shocking the whole way through, unfortunately. I nearly gave up on it. I had to reset at one point, but the signal for whatever reason is really, really poor today. So I'm going to try and do a live at least once a week on a Monday or a Tuesday. So hopefully we can do this regularly. I tend not to work Mondays and Tuesdays. Every now and again I swap my days to cover meetings and things, but on the whole I tend not to work Monday and a Tuesday. So it's quite good for me because it means I can, you know, set up a regular. Before COVID I did patchworking classes at the end of last year, which was quite nice. So I've never worked part-time until last couple of years. So I've never been able to do daytime things before. Oh, I'll have to ask the doctor. So it's driving me bonkers. I really enjoy Lives Dawn. I like it because I always come on and have a look because there's that function now, isn't there? When you come on and you're on your homepage, there's like a bar at the top, and you can actually search your subscriptions. If you're on your subscriptions page, I think it is, you can search to see if any of the people that you subscribe to are doing the live, so that you can join their live. And I thought, oh, that's really good, because I really like them, because you get to chat to people, and you know, it's not just the person that you know is doing the live. You get to chat to other people in the room. It's a bit like, for those of us that are old enough, it's a bit like chat rooms from the 90s, when you used to go on and find a hobby chat room and chat to people. I used to love those. I don't know why we stopped doing that. It was a nice way of making friends that have got similar interests, which, you know, YouTube and that does as well. But it's quite nice to have that immediacy, which is, you know, obviously that's what the live gives you. You can have an actual conversation with somebody, you know, albeit through text. But the other thing I keep thinking about is Zoom as well. Seeing if we can do some sort of Zoom craft with me's, because it's fun to craft with people. Width, and you've got something important like that on. I'm going to be going shortly anyway, because I've got parents' evening. Like I say, I think I've got 3 teachers ringing me, so to make sure I'm available for that. See how she's getting on. She's one of the unfortunate ones that's got her GCSEs next year. I won't be on for much longer anyway, Doc, so don't worry. Like I say, I'm going to try and set up a regular standing appointment. It will probably be a Monday. Mondays are usually better for me. So I was going to do it yesterday, but life just sort of ran away like it does. It's 1 minute it's like, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning, and you're thinking, God, I can't get up, I'm too tired. The next thing, you've got people standing in the doorway going, what are we having for tea? I'm hungry. Oh, hang on a minute. Where did my day go? There we go. Super cute. Right. Put a little bit of tape on this one, so we've got a bit of stick. There we go. I've just worked out why it was easier last week. I stood up for the whole of it last week, and I was actually looking through the camera screen at what I was doing, and B, the chat pops up on my phone screen as well whilst I'm recording. So I think that's why it was easier last time. So that's what you get for being lazy and sitting down. There we go. So I wonder if I'm just going to see because I'm actually streaming myself on my tablet. I'm wondering whether my signal might be better if I'm not streaming myself. I wonder whether I'm actually taking up my own bandwidth. You have to tell me, because I can't obviously see on my tablet now, but I am looking through my phone screen. You have to tell me if the signal has got any better. If I'm buffering quite as much as I was. Here we go. Oh, I like the fun colours on this one. I normally go all sort of vintagey, but it's quite nice to do faux ceramic bits. And I've got some resin, so I'm going to go with resin as well. Is it still buffering? Grr. He's too cool. I really like him. Okay, let's find a sentiment for him. Oh, I've seen the one straight away. Straight away. Where's my die cutting thingy my blobby? Try and get it lined up. It would help, wouldn't it? I have to cut these things out with dies because my hand cutting is appalling. But even with the paper trimmer, I managed to get it so that it's not straight. I don't know how I do it. It's like a skill. So the only way that I can actually cut my sentiment strips out straight is to actually use a die cut and a die, which is a bit of a pain because it's faffy, but it's worth it if I get a nice straight sentiment strip, I suppose. This is what I love my little baby blue for. It is the most useful little thing. Somebody said the other day, as I was saying, they were asking about die cutting machines on Facebook and asking who'd got what and, you know, what they found useful. And I said, well, I'm very spoilt. I've got 3. I've got the baby blue, I've got a big shot, and my daughter, my big girl, bought me a Gemini for my birthday. So I am very spoilt. But they're all brilliant in their own way for different things. So I think it's really hard to just pick one. You know, oh, well, what would you, if you could only have one, what would you, you know, what would you have? Well, that's actually really hard because they all do something slightly different. So the Gemini is amazing at cutting out anything intricate. So I've got dies that I very, very nearly threw away. Very nearly threw away because I just couldn't get them to cut. They were rubbish. They wouldn't cut. So I nearly ditched them. And then my daughter, like I say, bought me the Gemini, and the Gemini cuts them like butter. Like, you know, it was like it's no problem whatsoever. Have to have, you know, I've got to have like the big shot type thing for that. And it's quick and easy. And then my little baby blue is brilliant for, you know, when you're filming, or if you're just wanting to cut little bits out and you don't want to have to keep getting up and going over to the die cutter. The baby blue's brilliant for that. So I think they're all brilliant. I think if I had to pick just one, I would probably go for the big shot because it does everything. You know, and you know, whilst there were a few dies it couldn't cut, they were few and far between. It did cut the vast majority of things with no problem whatsoever. I have had an electronic die cutter. I had, in fact, I've still got it on the side, a scan and cut, but it's rubbish. It's never cut properly, and it always goes sort of off to one side slightly. Doesn't cut evenly. So like I bought it because I wanted it to fussy cut stamps and things, so I didn't have to. But it's just never cut straight. So you know, you don't get, you select your mill, don't you, you know, around the outside that you want around the stamped image. So I'd select, you know, 2 mil or whatever, and it would be fine on the one side, and then on the other side it would be sort of chopping bits of my image off, and I'm like, it's so frustrating. So, and then it just stopped working altogether. The screen stopped working on it, and it sort of works now, but I would like another one because when it worked, it was amazing. You know, what it can do is absolutely phenomenal. But I do find it super frustrating. Ooh, can't make my mind up. I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's cute. I normally put odd numbers on, but I'm quite liking that. Hello, friend. I like it. So that's a slightly different one. We'll have a quick look at the comments. Oh my goodness, you've beaten me. You're beating me, Sue. That is good going. Yeah, I've got, I'd quite like a silhouette. I've heard lots of really good things about the silhouette. But it's a lot of money to then find that, you know. I really like the mini machine. I mean, obviously I've got the tattered lace one, but it's too intricate on the little one because, you know, it probably hasn't got the pressure, although I've never tried, to be fair. But for things like this, absolutely bob on, exactly what you want. Right, I'm going to do one more and then I am going to call it a day. And I'm going to go and speak to teachers. Where have I put my piece of card? There. So we'll use the spotty, as soon as I've got it cut. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off the edge. Like that. Ah, thanks, Sue. Crap pistachio doesn't seem to stay on my sponge for very long. Just because it's a light colour. I seem to have to re-ink this one more frequently than the others. So putting a little bit of the crap pistachio again all around the edge, just to frame that piece of paper. Bit of tape. I'll take the backer off of this. So is everybody sort of like pretty much ready for Christmas? I was in Home Bargains and listening to some of the staff there, and they were talking about the fact they'd got all their presents, they were all wrapped, the Christmas tree was up already, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't even thought about it yet. I literally have bought a present today. I'm like, I literally haven't thought about it. I bought the Christmas tree a couple of weeks ago, but it's not up, it's in a box in the dining room still. I'm like, I love Christmas, but I haven't had a chance to think about it yet. I feel like everybody's already doing it. It's all done. My neighbour across the road's got all their decorations up. I keep looking at it thinking it looks so cute, but it is November and I will probably be sick to the back teeth of them by New Year if I put them up too soon. So I've sort of avoided it so far. Surprised at how early everybody's. I think it's sort of like kickback reaction, isn't it, to all the pants stuff that's happened this year. People are like wanting some joy in their lives, so going for an early Christmas. What else have we got? Oh, he's cute. Let's have a bear on a bike. You can never go wrong with a bear on a bike, can you? Oh, he's so cute. But I need to cover that writing down the bottom there with something, because it's too distracting from the main image. So I know what we can do. We can take a piece of this other paper, like that. That's quite cute. I like it. The only thing is he disappears into that a little bit, doesn't he? After I've just chopped a great big chunk of that lovely paper off. Never mind. Win some, you lose some. Let's see. What else have I got? It looks a bit washed out. Oh, I'm going to be faffing now. It's got to that time where I've had enough now. I'm faffing. I just don't think I had it too much. Just go for it. Just go for it. So put that like that. Put that one like that. And then put him like that and pop him up. That'll do. That'll do. Don't think about it. Just do it. I really do need to sit down and work out this live business. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Dawn. I was starting to feel like I was the only person. Yeah, loads of people have got the tree up, so I was surprised by how many people as well that I wouldn't have thought, that are normally a bit sort of bar humbug and are normally sort of looking down the nose at me because I'm putting mine up in, first week in December, and yet, the tree's up and outside's all trimmed and decorated, and I mean, power to them. I think if it's whatever cheers you up at the moment, isn't it? But yeah, I was really surprised. And then I was thinking I perhaps do need to actually pull my finger out and get it done, because I'm thinking, is it going to be that as we get towards Christmas deliveries and things, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be doing it all online anyway. It's not like you're going to be able to go, you know, poking around the shops like I normally do. So I think, oh, I'll just, you know, I'll order it all on Amazon. But then I'm thinking, yeah, but everybody in the world's going to be doing that, aren't they? So lead times on stuff is going to start slipping, and so I probably do actually need to at least get all the kids, you know, all the little kids in the family, their things. I mean, it would help if anybody would tell me what they want, but I've been asking my kids, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? Oh, I can't think of anything. Oh, I've got everything I want. Which is lovely that they feel that, you know, they've got everything that they want and need, but at the same time, frustrating because I just need to get Christmas sorted. I just like need to do it. I need to get it done. Right, I'm going to chop a bit of this. That's better. That's better. Right, let's get a bit of pink around the edge of that. No, that's barn door. We don't want that. Where's pink? I've lost my pink. Doo -doo -doo. Raspberry. There it is. There we go. Let's put a bit of pink raspberry around the edge of that one. And that'll just pick up, because the blue paper has got a little bit of pink in it. So it's picking up the pink in the back that's there, but we've also got some of these really bright pink spots. So just a little bit of that brighter pink around the edge will pick that up. Make it that way. Just going to put a bit on that. Oh, sorry, Sue. Yeah, it might be a gift card Christmas. Do you know, it's been... Some of the things that I've been sort of thinking about buying are that I'm not 100% certain they're going to, you know, they're going to be able to actually use. Businesses going out of business left, right and centre. I don't know. It's that sort of... I don't know whether to get gift cards, whether to just give cash and just do some, you know, I could make some really nice cash envelopes and, you know, boxes and things like that, little ornaments and things to put the cash in. And put some sweets and things, you know, some chocolate with it. But yeah, I've been a bit sort of nervous about doing the whole gift card thing, because I'm just not entirely convinced that all of these businesses, unfortunately, are still going to be in business come the new year. So pop some packaging on my little bike guy, my little bear bike guy. Not bear, he's not bear, he's, you know, he's not like, you know, naked. He's like a bear. Yeah. End of the day, ladies. End of the day. Starting to go crazy. Come on you go. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, hadn't thought about that. Visa cards. Yeah, they're unlikely to go bust, aren't they? Yeah, I suppose that's better than store card. I mean, it's sad because obviously the stores could do with people buying vouchers and things to try and help keep them going, but at the same time, you know, people themselves just don't have money to spend and then not get anything for it. I know, that's why I keep sort of thinking, Dawn, you know, lockdown will be over, surely to goodness, at some point. But then where I live, we're just being absolutely bombarded with messages at the moment that the rates are going up, and our local hospitals nearly out of ITU beds, and yeah, it's all been a bit sort of, it makes me worry that we're not we're not going to get out of blinking lockdown, or, you know, certain areas won't end up getting out of lockdown. If you're in an area where the numbers aren't under control, they may decide to, you know, step the likes of my area down onto a me down. I'm not normally bothered by it because I don't normally mind. I like my own company a lot of the time, and I've always got things I want to be doing, and it didn't normally bother me. But yeah, that's got me down a little bit this week. I think because I watched, I don't know if everybody's seen it, there was an advert, it came up on YouTube actually. I was watching something on YouTube, and an advert came on. I don't know if it was for gravy, but it was about some girl talking to her dad about how great his gravy is, and about, you know, how they were going to see each other, you know, and it was going to be a great Christmas. And, oh my God, it just had me in tears. Absolutely had me in tears. I had to phone my mum. I FaceTimed my mum, and I was crying, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, what's the matter?" I was like, "Nothing's the matter. I just want to see you. I'm just fed up of it. I want to see my mum." I think she thought I'd gone bonkers, which I had, but you know, I think legitimately. He's so cute. I don't think he wants a big bow though. Right, let's stick him down. Like so. He's so funky. And then I know that in here there is there's some nice little strip bits in this one, which is cool. That's the one I'm looking for. Like that. And I'm just going to go around that with whatever colour I've got on my sponge, because I want to tie it in. Oh, Leslie, yeah, I hope so. Both my niece and my nephew are at uni at the moment. My nephew's in Manchester, and my niece is in Sheffield, actually, which is only up the road from us, but obviously we can't see her. So I sent them both a care package with you know, just chocolates and face masks and socks and things like that, just so they know that we're thinking about them, and you know, to try and cheer them up a bit, because it's not what they thought it was going to be. You know, they've gone off to uni expecting this brilliant time, and you know, it's not turned out that way, unfortunately. And then I'm just going to put some of those gems on here, and I'm going to call that a day, and I'm going to call this a day. There we go. There. Super cute. So we've got Embrace the Journey with the beautiful bear on a bike with the pattern papers in the background. And yeah, I know, that's the thing, isn't it, Dawn? Oh my goodness, that, you know, they're paying all this money, and I mean, they pay ridiculous amounts of money as it is. My daughter finished uni this year. She got a 2-1. And she can't get a job. There's no jobs going. The government aren't helping them in any way, shape or form with any sort of she can't get apprenticeships or anything like that because she's too highly qualified, you know. So she's paid all this money and she can't actually get a job. She's working 8 hours a week in Costa because that's what her contract is, and obviously, you know, that's what she did throughout uni. And Costa can't give her any more hours than her 8 hours at the moment because of their situation, which is understandable. So she's 21 years old, living at home, working 8 hours a week in Costa, and you know, like I say, doesn't seem to be any end in sight at the minute. Oh, big mouthful of coffee. I love making cards. Thank you so much, Sue. I really do love making cards. Yeah, I think, you know, the online thing. Yeah, I think they should have just gone that way, to be honest, for this year. I think they shouldn't have. I don't think they should have brought them all back in. But you know, they live and learn, I suppose. So we've got these two that came from the Funky Pack. Sentiments using the Go Press and foil, and then we've just used elements from the paper pack and some of these enamel dot things. They're just from Ali, and this one's got a Tim Holtz sticker on the bottom there. Super cute. And then we've got the two seasidey ones. So we've got this beautiful one here with the umbrella. I want to be sat on that beach right now. I think that's really cute. I mean, you've got the sand at the bottom there, and you've got the shells and things on, and I've just inked around the edge of that one with some yellow so that it looks all sunshiny. And then the last one was this one, which I think this is just going to get more and more beautiful as it dries. You're already starting to see the I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on it. a little bit. But as that's drying, the bottom of the pier is starting to show through, so it will look like sea foam splashing up the bottom of the pier there with the little shells all in amongst it. And then you've got the stamping and the little bit of gesso in the background there, and my beautifully drawn birds. I know you're all jealous of my artistic skill. Sequins, and you're in my thoughts. So that would be quite a nice one, you know, if somebody was poorly and you wanted to send them something just to say that you're thinking of them. It's not too over the top. Yeah, quite pretty. So I really like them. So 4 cards, not bad going. I'm going to tidy up my mess a little bit, take my calls from school, and then get ready for the boring working week ahead, unfortunately. Never mind. Yeah, I'm a true artist, me, so I can, you know, I can just about draw a V-shaped bird. That's the extent of my artistic skill, unfortunately. Both my daughters are fantastic at drawing. I wish it was a skill that I had, but as my daughters keep telling me, I could do it if I really wanted to. You just have to be dedicated enough, and that's clearly what the problem is, because I don't dedicate the time to it. But there you go. It is what it is. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. It's been really lovely to chat with you all. I'm going to try and do this on at 2 o'clock on a Monday from now on. I'm going to try and do a live. I will put a little thing in my community tab just to say if I'm going to do it or if I've got to cancel for any reason. I'll put it in my community tab so that people know. And yeah, we'll take it from there. I think it's a nice time, you know, daytime for people to join on both sides of the pond. So. Oh, thank you, Sue. It's been lovely to have you on, and I hope that I hope your day and your week starts to brighten a little bit for you. You've been in my thoughts all day yesterday and today, so I hope things get better. That's it from me for now, and I hope to see you all again soon in another live. Bye for now.